Back to basketball now as we go inside out with our NBA insider Ian Begley. And Ian, let's begin with the Nets, because on Sunday, Mayor Eric Adams tweeted that the indoor vaccine mandates may be removed on March 7th. So everybody just assumed that meant Kyrie Irving could play in net home games, but that might not be the case. So what's the issue?
The issue there is a private sector mandate that impacts the Nets and impacts Kyrie Irving that is in play to try to encourage big businesses to get their employees vaccinated. And Irving falls under that umbrella as an employee of the Brooklyn Nets. So he will not be able to play home games at the Barclays Center until and unless that private sector mandate is lifted. But now, with the key to play mandate expected to be lifted, Irving would be able to attend games at the Barclays Center as a spectator, sit in the stands, be around his teammates, but he can't play in the game. So there's a little bit of confusion there. I would assume that Eric Adams comes out at some point and clarifies this position, and maybe it changes even further to the point where Kyrie Irving can play home games at the Barclays Center later this regular season.
Yeah, confusion, the key word there. All right, now to the Knicks and another home loss, but RJ Barrett has scored 70 points in the last two games. What are you seeing from him that's making him a more dangerous scorer?
Very decisive with the ball in his hands, and he quick first step, just quick with the ball, quick with his decision making. And that's something that Doc Rivers, the Sixers coach, had noticed between playing the Knicks and Barrett earlier this season and watching tape on him from Friday. He said that Barrett just looks very confident right now, and that confidence is translating to him making quick moves with the ball, and that makes him very hard to defend. And you see that the way Barrett's getting to the rim, getting into the paint, getting by defenders, just, again, very quick with that first step, quick with his dribble. He's not playing around with the ball. He's not holding it. He's really attacking right now.
Yeah, that is the key word, no doubt. He went after Joel Embiid at one point. Got rejected on that one, but obviously had 24. Now, Nerlens Noel did not play on Sunday. He's dealing with plantar fasciitis. So how does that now impact the rotation?
Right. Well, Noel, it seems like they're going to be cautious here. The Knicks want to give him some time to get fully healthy because he's missed time so often this year with various ailments, whether it's the knee or the foot or something else. And so Tom Thibodeau said he wants to give Noel some practices here so he can be all the way back once he returns to the floor. And what that does is it allows Jericho Sims a spot in this rotation, the rookie center. And so Tom Thibodeau said that the Knicks want to take a look at Sims here, and they have the opportunity to do so clearly because they're not really fighting for a playoff position. So this is the time of year where you look at a younger player like Sims. And it's interesting because even though they have all these centers, there's some uncertainty about the future of the position for the Knicks. So maybe that's part of the reason why they're taking a longer look at Sims here.
And he was impressive in the first half against Embiid on Sunday. All right, Ian, let's stick with the bigs. What's the latest on a possible contract extension for Mitchell Robinson?
Right. So Robinson's agents and representatives have been talking to the Knicks over the course of the season about potential extensions. Source confirmed that. That was ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski mentioned it earlier today. But I can tell you, too, that as far as where talks stand, before the All-Star break and before the trade deadline, I'm told that the sides were not very close at all in terms of getting an extension done. Now, they can continue to talk as late as June 30th and get an extension done. But as far as things look right now, I would assume that Robinson hits unrestricted free agency, where the Knicks have his bird right, so they can go obviously above the cap to match any offer that comes his way. But I think several teams would have interest in Robinson as a free agent. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out with the big man and the Knicks over the next few weeks.
Robinson and the Knicks get quickly reacquainted with Joel Embiid, James Harden, and the Sixers on Wednesday. Ian Begley, thanks for joining us here on Geico Sports Night.